It's 4:30 in the morning in Vietnam. I'm Dan, 36, living alone on a low income in a 9 square meter room. Today, I'll show you two sides of Nha Trang, from quiet local streets before sunrise to a luxury resort reached by a 60-cent bus ride. Yesterday, I received the first donations of my life from two kind viewers. To both of you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your kindness moved me more than I can explain. And to everyone who watches, comments, shares, or subscribes to my channel, thank you too. Every kind of support means a lot to me and helps me keep going. The two supporters encouraged me to eat better and take better care of my health. So today, I'm going to follow their advice. It's only 4:30 in the morning. I drink some water, put on my jacket, and get ready to head outside. Most of Nha Trang is still asleep, but I want to see how the city begins its day. I cut my hair yesterday. A haircut here usually costs around $2 to $3, so I do it myself to save money. I bought this clipper for about $3 more than 4 years ago, and it still works well today. This part of the morning market mainly sells fresh pork, usually delivered soon after it is butchered. Many local shoppers here prefer fresh meat, while frozen pork is often cheaper but less popular. I'm curious where you live. Do people usually buy fresh pork or frozen pork? Let me know in the comments. The streets are still quiet at this hour, but the market is slowly coming to life. Most of these stalls are very small, just a table, a few baskets, and enough space for one person to work. Vendors carefully prepare fresh food and simple breakfasts before the first customers arrive. For some people here, a full day of work may bring in less than $5, especially on a slow day. It may not look like much, but these small stalls support families, pay for daily meals, and keep the neighborhood moving. There is something peaceful about watching the day begin this way. Quiet hands preparing food, small conversations between neighbors, and ordinary people doing their best before the rest of the city wakes up. These are large blocks of ice. This man buys them from local ice companies, transports them on a small vehicle like this, and cuts them into smaller pieces by hand. He then sells the ice directly to nearby food stalls, drink vendors, and other small businesses. In Vietnam, motorbikes can carry almost anything, even the family dogs. These two look completely relaxed, balancing like they have done this 100 times before. Honestly, they seem more confident on a motorbike than many people I know. This is a cyclo, a traditional three-wheeled bicycle taxi. It is slower than a motorbike, but offers a peaceful way to see the city. The sun is finally rising over Nha Trang. At this hour, the beach feels calm and full of simple life, people swimming, exercising, or quietly watching the morning begin. Even this little dog seems to have come here to enjoy the sunrise. Moments like this are free, but they can still feel very special. What I like about mornings here is seeing different generations sharing the same space. Older people move gently to protect their health, while younger people train with more energy. No membership, no expensive equipment, just the sea air, a little discipline, and a habit repeated every day. This is another small park, only about 100 meters from the beach. People come here to play shuttlecock, badminton, and other sports that need a little more space. The market is getting busier now. Early in the morning, some stalls temporarily spread into the roadside to make room for fresh food and the first customers. Later, they will pack everything away and clear the street so traffic can move normally again. Many people prefer shopping at this hour because the meat, fish, and vegetables are at their freshest. The prices can be slightly higher than around noon, but for some shoppers, getting the best ingredients is worth waking up early. This is broken rice with grilled pork. The man is grilling the meat on the sidewalk. You can see smoke rising. This is a familiar breakfast dish. This coffee costs 18,000 Vietnamese dong, about 68 cents. I usually choose places like this because they are clean while still being as affordable as possible. The coffee is freshly made by a machine, so it has a rich aroma and helps me feel awake. Normally, I make coffee at home for only about 5,000 dong, but today, I am treating myself to one with breakfast as a small way of celebrating your kindness and thanking everyone who has supported me. Each coffee also comes with a complimentary glass of iced tea, which is very common in Vietnam. This is bánh mì. There are many different kinds of bánh mì in Vietnam, and this one is filled with Vietnamese pork sausage and fresh vegetables. It costs about $1 and comes with pork sausage, scallions, cilantro, and cucumber. You can also add plenty of chili if you enjoy spicy food. It looks simple, but it is very tasty. This morning, I decided to eat breakfast in the park. It is beautiful, full of sunlight, fresh air, and best of all, it is completely free. I may not be eating in a fancy cafe, but I still have a peaceful place to sit, enjoy my bánh mì and coffee, and watch the city slowly wake up. Sometimes, a simple meal feels more special when you take the time to enjoy it. With the morning breeze, the trees, and people exercising around me, I do not feel quite so alone. For me, this park is like a free outdoor dining room in the middle of the city. So, in my imagination, this is a 5-star breakfast restaurant that is several thousand square meters wide. There is no reservation, no service charge, and nobody will bring me the bill. The only thing missing is a waiter, but at this price, I really cannot complain. By the way, where are you watching from? And what do you usually eat for breakfast where you live? This park feels like a meeting place for people who never planned to meet. We do not know each other's names, but for a few minutes we share the same sunlight, the same breeze, and the same quiet start to the day. What is the morning like where you live? It looks like I am not the only customer in this outdoor restaurant. These pigeons did not make a reservation, did not say hello, and went straight to asking for food. I think they have been watching me the whole time. Watching them eat is strangely peaceful. They do not care who I am, where I live, or how much money I have. To them, I am simply the man holding food, which apparently makes me very important. Do you have pigeons like these where you live? And do people usually feed them? After breakfast and a little quiet time in the park, I am heading to the market to buy some beef. One of the viewers who supported me asked me to eat more red meat and take better care of my health. So today I'm going to follow that advice by making spaghetti with beef. I have never cooked this dish before. My cooking teacher today will be YouTube. So this could become a nice Italian meal or a small Vietnamese kitchen disaster. I only need a little beef, some pasta and tomato sauce. Hopefully I can make something that looks close to the video. To any Italian viewers watching, please forgive me in advance. As I eat this spaghetti and beef, I realize something. Today, I do not feel alone. I know there are people in different parts of the world who have watched my life, remembered my health, and cared enough to tell me to eat better. We may never have met, but this meal makes me feel as if a few of you are sitting here with me. For someone who has eaten alone for many years, that feeling means more than I can explain. Thank you for making this small table feel a little less empty. Where are you watching from today? I would love to know who is sharing this meal with me from across the world. This afternoon, I'm taking you on an electric bus to one of the most beautiful and upscale areas of Nha Trang. The best part is that the journey costs very little. So even on a small budget, we can still experience a very different side of the city. Before we leave, I am preparing a few snacks to bring with me. I bought some ice cream from a small grocery store near my house, and I am putting it into this insulated cup so it will stay cold for as long as possible. I also packed some drinking water and a local snack called bang shuai. It is made mainly from mango and sugar, with a few other ingredients that I honestly do not know. It tastes sweet, sour, a little chewy, and it is very affordable. The place we are going to is beautiful and quite upscale, but the food and drinks there can be expensive compared with my income. So instead of spending too much, I decided to prepare my own small picnic. Maybe it is not luxury food, but with a beautiful view, I think it will taste expensive. I'm leaving my electric bike at a parking area near the beach. The parking fee is only 2,000 Vietnamese dong, about 8 cents. From here, I'm taking the electric bus. A one-way ticket costs 15,000 dong, around 57 cents. So the round trip will cost 30,000 dong, about $1.14. Including parking, the entire journey will cost me only around $122. That is a very affordable way to visit one of the most beautiful and upscale areas of Nha Trang. Nha Trang welcomes a very diverse mix of visitors. Vietnamese families and young travelers come here from all over the country, especially during weekends and holidays. Among international tourists, you will often see visitors from South Korea, China, Russia, and Kazakhstan. There are also travelers from Europe, North America, Australia, and other Southeast Asian countries. That is why walking through central Nha Trang can sometimes feel like visiting several countries in one afternoon. Please enjoy some of the views with me as we continue toward today's destination. Much of the journey follows Nha Trang's long coastal road, with the sea beside us almost the entire way. Sometimes, the road itself becomes part of the experience. Would you rather reach a beautiful destination quickly, or take the slower route and enjoy views like these? This is one of many places where fishing boats will anchor. We have arrived at Vega City, a modern coastal destination in the northern part of Nha Trang. I did not come here to stay at a resort or shop for anything expensive. I simply wanted to walk around, enjoy the sea, see the modern architecture, and discover a part of my own city that feels very different from the neighborhood where I live. The most recognizable landmark here is Bo Theater. Its design was inspired by a traditional Vietnamese fishing trap called a do. Compared with the public beach I visited this morning, this place feels completely different. Everything here is carefully arranged. The wooden walkway, beach chairs, umbrellas, soft seating, music, and a small bar facing the sea. Even the calm water seems to be part of the design. Most people come here to relax during their holiday. I came by public bus, carrying my own water and snacks from home. I am not staying at a resort, and I do not need to pretend that this is my everyday life. I am simply enjoying the chance to see another side of Nha Trang. Standing here reminds me that two very different lifestyles can exist beside the same sea. One person may see a luxury vacation. Another person may simply see a beautiful place to sit, breathe, and forget their worries for a little while. For me today, this view is already enough. My original plan was not to buy anything here because I wanted to save money. But something unexpected happened. This beach restaurant has only recently opened, and when I checked the menu, the drink prices were much lower than I expected. So I decided to order a beer for 15,000 Vietnamese dong, about 57 cents. For that price, I get a comfortable place to sit, a beautiful view of the sea, and a quiet moment that I can share with you. I think that is a very fair price, and sometimes, even when you live carefully, a small affordable treat is worth it. The menu offers both Vietnamese and Western dishes. Prices are higher than at local street stalls, but that is expected for a beachfront restaurant with this view. I ate ice cream and mango cake that I prepared at home. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but the combination of beer, ice cream, and mango cake seems quite good. I didn't buy any food here because my budget for today was already sufficient. It is time to say goodbye to this beautiful place and take the bus back home. Would you spend an afternoon here, or would you prefer the quieter local side of Nha Trang? Please tell me in the comments. I do not usually travel this far from home, but your support has given me the motivation to explore more places and keep making videos. Thank you for helping me see my own city with new eyes. Tonight, I'm making a very simple dinner. Fried rice with an egg and a small bowl of mustard green soup. The soup is just vegetables, water, and a little seasoning. It's nothing fancy, but it's warm, filling, and costs me less than 50 cents. Today began at 4:30 in the morning, while Nha Trang was still quiet, and it ends here with a simple meal in my small rented home. I watched the city slowly wake up, saw the local markets and the beach in the early morning, and later took a cheap bus to a place that feels completely different from my everyday life. Now I'm back home with fried rice, an egg for protein, and fresh mustard greens that I grow myself. One day, I'll show you the small place where I grow my vegetables. This meal costs less than 50 cents. It may not be fancy, but it is warm, filling, and enough for me tonight. Today made me think about something. Does a good life come from being able to afford more, or from learning to enjoy what we already have? If you were in my situation, would you spend more to enjoy the present, or continue living simply to build a more secure future? What does having enough mean to you? Before you go, could you tell me where you're watching from? Reading your comments makes this small room feel a little less lonely. Wherever you are, I hope you have a peaceful day. And if it's already nighttime, sleep well. Thank you for spending this day with me. I'll see you in the next video.